I was like, you know what? That's true because I could take certain things. I could take certain things all day long, but there'll be something I'll just snap. There'll be something that'll just set it off, and then I'll get retarded.
Yeah, and then I noticed like when you do get mad, so like it tells you about Benjamin, he's a ravening wolf, and the Benjamites, okay, Jamaicans, they talk a lot of shit as they're about to kick your ass or other people's ass. And then they raven like a wolf, and all their songs or hymns about Babylon falling down, going to be destroyed. It's spiritual how the tribe of Benjamin is. Okay, he's the son of the right. All right, he's he's one of the youngest tribes. All right, because Joseph came before Benjamin. Okay. But then you had Ephraim and Manasseh, and Ephraim is the youngest, but Benjamin is like that baby tribe, man. You know, one of the youngest tribes of Israel. You know, but that's just spiritual because you can see a brother for what he is, like, okay, like, you can see a brother that thinks he's a Judite or feels like he's a Judite, but you're like, nah, man, like, you're not a Judite, man. And you can see a certain brother and tell, hey, that brother Levi, man. You can see it from the start.
Or you know, like the brother I know, he was always saying he was Simeon. Cast the lie, he was Simeon. You know, so hey, the brother knew he was Simeon. Man.
Yeah. And the way he gets along with the brother, that's Levi. They're like Hank and Nick.
Oh yeah.
It's Levi and Simeon are brethren. That's the blessing, man. Which is a blessing and a curse at the same time. You know, when it talks about, that's how we know who the tribes are, because it's the spirit just moving in a different direction. Get that in Genesis 49.
Yeah. Because hey, look, it's a curse in the world, but coming into the knowledge of the truth, the curses are being lifted up off us. That's why you see all these different brothers coming together in unity.
Well, in the scripture, it actually is a curse.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the world, yeah, in the world, that is a curse, man. Because Jake's still fucking Jake, even though Jake's starting to come together, but it's starting with us.
Is the devil over there?
Hell, that ain't.
It looks like it don't fall apart.
Nah, it don't even look like he's too stocky. He's not skinny.
Hey, you never know. You probably started eating hella meat and went crazy. It's 49, I believe, 7. You know, because we're going to go into how we know who Simeon and Levi are, man. Okay? The Spirit is just moving in different directions. Give the Spirit free course, man. Let it freely flow.
Yeah. This is Genesis 49:5. It says, Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
So Simeon and Levi are brethren, all right, because they're of the same tribe. But even back then, the Lord had them together a lot, you know. Because hey, we know that because there was an account, which is going to go into. But they're brethren. They share the same island, which is Hispaniola. Okay, you got the so-called Levi, so-called Haitians, which are Levi, and the so-called Dominicans, which is Simeon, sharing the same island. They're brethren. Okay, they were Indians dwelling together. All right, so-called Indians, and instruments of cruelty are in their habitations, which that goes into the witchcraft they do, man. Okay. You have the Haitians, which do what they call voodoo, and Simeon, or the Dominicans, and they call it Santeria, which is witchcraft, man. That's those instruments of cruelty that dwell in their habitations. And when they was fighting the French and the Spanish, they was using them instruments of cruelty, man.
And really, when you look into that stuff, that shit is cool, because when they perform rituals, these fools will put you in a cauldron and cook you like soup.
Yeah, they would do all kinds of things.
They would do some crazy shit, but they would use human sacrifice, man.
Human sacrifice and animal sacrifice. Sometimes they would make dolls and statues of you. They'd poke you through the heart, and then you'd have a heart attack. Hey, Esau knows that it's real, man. That's why every year he goes to the Haitians to look for their voodoo magicians and whatnot.
Yeah, because there's an account that somebody did. He he had gotten a curse put on him by a voodoo priest, and his bones like got all contorted and shit, like he got mangled, and he couldn't move. He got all stiff, like rigor mortis and shit. It fucked him up, man. And they tried to say, well, it's because he believed in it. So hey, man, it's because look, they cast demons on that motherfucker, man.
There you go. You know, and they show you. You could just go on YouTube and look at documentaries on this, man. They'll go into houses and show you that there's literally, they summon spirits, man. They'll be messing with kids. Okay, they do all kinds of, I forget what they call it, where they wallow in like mud and feces to summon up spirits, man. You know? Good.
So it says, oh my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly mine honor be not thou united. For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall.
Yeah, in their self-will they dig down a wall, going back into the story when Shechem raped Dinah. Okay? Back in Genesis, man.
Wicked.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wicked.
Back when Shechem, which was a Hamite, raped and defiled Dinah, the Israelites' sister, man. And then Jacob was afraid of it. He went and told his sons, okay, he waited for them to come home, told them the story, and then Levi and Simeon took it amongst themselves to seek vengeance, man, which was all the Spirit. The Lord put the Spirit on them, and they went and they smoked that whole city, man. Okay, they dug down the wall. Meaning the whole village, they fucking killed all their nobles, man.
Yeah.
They spoiled it. Okay, and which is spiritual because that land was to be ours anyway. All right. Now, it said, "Be thou not united," which is part of that curse. That's why you see the Haitians and the Dominicans funking hecka hard, even though they share the same island, even though they're brothers. They hate each other, man, and they're divided also with the language, man. And different religions, man. Okay? But you come into the truth and you see these people coming together. And Simeon and Levi, when they come into the truth, alright, they're like best buds, man. Because they were best buds, man. It's just the Lord divided them as a curse because of the powers that they manifest together. He divided us all. You got Judah that don't like Puerto Ricans or Ephraimites and vice versa. And amongst the northern kingdom, you got so-called Puerto Ricans that don't like so-called Mexicans. But if we came together, this whole world would get taken over, man. Okay? Because you got Jakes with countries that are militarized, but the Lord don't want that. Okay? He wants a spiritual uprising. Okay? He's gathering his army, which is 12,000 in each tribe. Then he's going to make things physical with spiritual powers, man. Okay?
It's going to be 144,000 against the entire world. Well, these different state countries. Well, hey, look, they can't rise up. They're not going to be able to rise up to this so-called white people. The Lord's bringing all kinds of destruction upon the world as a punishment to the world, man. And it tells you that Esau's blessing is a sword, man. That's why it says a house divided against a house shall not stand. Esau is gonna use his blessing against him. All right, Esau is gonna use Esau to fight against himself, man. All right. What better way to take down the wicked but by the hand of the wicked?
This is Isaiah chapter, St. Luke chapter 11, verse 17. It says, "But he knowing their thoughts said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? But ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub.
Yeah. So he's telling them how because they say you cast out devils by the prince of devils. He said, how am I gonna cast out devils by devils? And that don't make any sense. All right. It says that a house divided against a house cannot stand. So if Satan be divided against himself, it's gonna come to desolation. Right? He's gonna destroy himself. And that's what's actually happening. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is dividing Satan against himself, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is dividing himself against himself, which is going to bring his kingdom to destruction, man. Alright? Because Esau was given the sword. Alright? He was given the nuclear missile. Alright? He's given the power of the sword, man. Can you get Isaiah 54 and 16? Because, hey, look, it was the Lord that gave the blessing. He said, "Oh Father, do you only have but one blessing? You have but one blessing only." Now, when Isaac gave Esau that blessing, that was through the Spirit, man. That was Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave him that blessing that he would serve his brother, that he would rule the world with the sword. All right, he would dominate with the sword, man. All right, got it.
This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire."
Yeah, so the Lord said, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire." And a smith was somebody who would make weapons. Right? A smith would make weapons and armor. Right? So the Lord said, "I created the smith to make the weapons. I created the smith to make the weapons and armor." Right?
It says, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
Hey, bringing forth an instrument for his work. What's the work? To destroy this place, man. All right. That's why the Lord said, I do a work, I cut it short in righteousness, man. You know, he said, for a short work will I do upon the earth. The Lord's going to destroy the Lord's going to be able to destroy these kingdoms in an hour, man. Or he's just going to shoot these nukes off, man. And the Lord could do that anytime. Anytime the Lord wants to, the Lord can make a nuke launch off. All right, what would that do? Is set off a chain reaction. All right, all these other countries will start launching nukes at each other, man. The Lord have Esau destroy himself in an instant, man, in a moment.
This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 16, and saying, "Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, Alas." Slack is saying, "What city is like unto this great city?"
Yeah, that's what these nations say, man. That's why you got all these groups running around here. That's why you got these Elamites running around, these East Indians. All right, you got all these different nations coming over here because they say, what place is greater than America? Let's all go to America. That's the city of gold, man. All right, you could become anything. You could do anything over there. Hey, hey, look, you wanna be a dog? You wanna fucking turn from a human into a dog? Hey, go to America. They'll make that shit happen, man. All right, they'll surgically put a tail, some dog ears on you. All right, you want to be you a man, you want to become a woman, come to America, man. You go ahead and do that. You do whatever the fuck you want here. All right, and these other nations, they have it good because they come over here, they set up businesses. All right, they get a lot of help when them motherfuckers emigrate over here, man.
Oh yeah, but it goes also back the infamous Psalm 83. They're confederate with them.
Yeah.
Confederate with Esau. Okay, right now they're confederate with Esau because of what? The fucking petrodollar, man. This bullshit fiat. Okay, because the Rothschilds, which are the banking family, they set it up like that. To where there's a petrodollar in which all these nations have to trade by. But now they're pulling away from that. So we see that confederacy dwindling. But as of right now, it's somewhat still intact.
Yeah, because they see all the wickedness that this asshole does. to their people, to their countries. You see, he's constantly exploiting them. He's constantly using them, terrorizing them. All right, because he rules the nations in breath. And they're getting tired. They're getting tired of this guy bullying them around. Because ultimately, this devil wants. Hey, look. Ultimately, he wants to put everybody into hardcore slavery, man. Hey, look. If Esau's allowed to rule, it'd be like the Matrix. When Neo woke up from the Matrix and he found out that the robots were harvesting humans for batteries, man. That's what it would come to. Jake would be nothing but an energy source, man.
And that's what Esau does. He wants to harvest that spirit that's the battery. You know? That's why he wants to put all consciousness on a fucking computer, man. So that he could just have you a fucking robot just moving and doing shit.
Yeah. Hey, look, you talk about hell and Catholic dogma, some places you go and you're tortured forever. Hey, let Esau rule the world, man. Let Esau rule the world. That'll be hell. All right, as soon as you're born, he's putting chips all in your ass, man. As soon as you're born, you get microchipped in your hand, in your foot, in your fucking brain. All right? And this dude Katara, he could turn you into a zombie. He could turn you into whatever he wants. All right? He could make you see the world differently. He can make it look like demons are eating you alive and shit, man. All right? He